Hello everyone, happy Thursday. Welcome to Artful Connections. I just want to take this moment to welcome everyone to coming out here and just give everyone some time to log on in. I hope you enjoy the smooth, chill, steady beats in the background. Hello, welcome, thank you for watching today. Enjoy the beats in the background. I'm going to give it 5 more minutes until we hop right into our lesson. Do, 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 do. Do. Again, thank you so much for watching. Hello, welcome. Welcome and joining us. Oh, it's a third person. Hello, welcome. I will be starting pretty soon. Just want to make sure that I say hello to everyone before we hop right into our activity. As we're waiting, if you want to take this opportunity to comment what is your favorite jewel or gem, you can definitely take the opportunity. Or even if you know your birthstone, I would like to know. Who else is aquarium out there? That'd be fantastic. Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining me. I'll be starting in the next 4 minutes. Please take this opportunity to comment below. What is your favorite jewel or gem? I know emeralds are really pretty. If you do not know too many, maybe you can take a moment to talk about what is your birthstone by chance. Thank you for joining me. Ooh, that's a good one. That's a really pretty color. Alright, welcome. Thank you for joining. I'll be starting the next 2 minutes. Thank you. Welcome. Welcome again for joining me. Just taking a moment to comment below. What is your favorite gem or jewel? And I hope you love the customary tunes in the background. Alright, y'all. So, I know I said that we were going to get started in the next 2 minutes, but it feels like that it is time to start creating. So, to get started, the materials that you're going to need this morning is 1 full sheet of paper, a pair of scissors, watercolor, but if you decide that you do not want to use watercolor, you're welcome to use markers, color pencils, whatever you have on hand. Last but not least, a pencil for sketching, or if you're bold and want to hop right into it, you can grab your Sharpie and draw directly with that, but you will need this for details. Alright, so I'm going to go over again the materials that we may need for the people who are just hopping in or maybe hopping in later. So again, the materials that you'll need for a second time is a full sheet of paper, a pair of scissors, anything to create color. Usually I work with watercolor, a pencil for sketching, and then a Sharpie, which is always optional for those details and lines. Alright, so your very first step for the Zen Gem that we're doing, and Zen Gem is just short for Zentangle gems. So basically, Zentangle is a fancy word for different type of repeating lines or so that create patterns. And then you already know what gems, crystals, or so forth, jewels are. And again, take the opportunity to comment below what is your favorite gem or jewel. I know emeralds are really pretty for me. Alright, so first step, you take your blank sheet of paper and you fold it 1, 2 times until you get like a little square like this. Alright? So when you open it, there should be 1, 2, 3, 4 sections. Alright? When you have folded your paper in half and folded your paper again in half, with these 4 sections, these is where your scissors are going to come into play. You're going to take your scissors and you're going to cut these 4 sections out. So again, if you're just hopping in, you're taking your full blank sheet of paper, folding it 2 times, kind of like to a little book, and then you're going to cut on the line, and you should have 4 separate pieces. Fun fact, if you decide that you want to keep these 2 pieces together, you definitely can. I'm cutting them out all separately, but if you want to leave this to have like a little like card or a thank you card, you can leave it like that as well. But I'm going to take my card and I'm actually going to cut it in half. Alright. So we have our 4 sections, or just our 1 section. You're going to pick that 1 section, and then in the center of that card, you're going to draw a circle or some type of organic shape. It doesn't have to be anything perfect. So some of the examples that we're going to hop into, that is called Zen Gems, you can either draw more of a organic shape, or you can draw more of a geometric shape, or you can keep it as simple as just a circle. Alright, so your first step, what you're going to do with your small card, is draw some type of shape in the middle. So the shape that I'm going for, I'm probably going to do more of like an oval shape by chance. Alright, and you can use your pencil or your Sharpie if you want to just hop right into it. Alright, so currently right now, I have cut my big paper into 4 sections. I picked out 1 of the sections, and I'm currently drawing a circle or some type of freeform shape in the center of it. I hope everyone's day is going pretty well on this very, I guess I would say, a very restful Thursday. It's kind of chilly outside, but the cold never bothered me anyway. Alright. So in the center of my paper, you can see that I started off with like just a simple oval shape, nothing too perfect, but it's just going to offer me a guide. Okay. Now that I have my oval in the center of my paper, you are welcome to actually start your, you can start your frame for your Zentangle gem. Alright, so I'm actually going to start laying down some base designs around my gem, and then we'll hop into more of the colorful stuff later. And what I mean by adding some Zentangles around your gem, I'm talking about basically around that circle you can add some dots, you can add some curves, you can add some lines, but you can lay that down in pencil so you kind of know your design already. Alright, so I know for this one, I actually drew the background first and then went back and added those colors. Alright, so right now I'm currently drawing some cool lines around my gem, kind of creating a frame. Giving it kind of like that base design. Again, thank you so much for joining me today. Artful connections, always something to look forward to. I hope everyone's having an amazing, fantastic Thursday, and I appreciate everyone coming out and creating today. Alright. So currently right now, I'm just adding some pencil details around the oval, kind of guiding myself on what type of design I like towards the final. Alright, so I am done sketching, and I'm actually going to put this down and pick up another tool. And the tool that I'll be using is this handy dandy paintbrush. Again, with the paintbrush or watercolor, if you do not have any watercolor at home, you're welcome to use color pencils, markers, crayons, oil pastels, whatever you can get your hand on to make it pop. Alright, so for my gem, what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to create kind of like a similar effect in this one. So if you look closer, you can see it kind of going from blue to green or greenish yellow. So I'm actually going to do that again on my fourth gem. Okay, so the way I'm actually starting, I am grabbing my cup of water, lovely, dipping my brush in, and I'm going to pick the color green. You do not have to do the exact same thing I'm doing, but, and what I mean by the exact same thing I'm doing, meaning that the color at all. You're welcome to do red to orange, red to yellow, or green to purple, or so forth, but it will be best to just make sure that they kind of have something in common. So when you're trying to blend it, it kind of doesn't look like it's just chopped in the middle. And what I mean by in common, meaning that it may be a warm color or a cool color. So the warm colors are like red, orange, yellow. Those look really nifty together. Or you can stick with the cool colors, which I'm doing, which is like green, blue, and purple. Alright, so in my gem, I'm picking my cool color, green, dipping it into my color. And I'm actually starting very dark towards the edge, if you can see. And the way that you can actually make sure that your like watercolors are like dark is you do not have to add too much water to your brush. So I add a little bit of water to my brush. I'm going to on the edge of my gem. You can see right here. Now I'm going to actually add a little more water to my brush, and I'm going to bring that green color up to like halfway. Alright, so adding more color to my brush right here. Oh, hello. Okay. Again, the way that you can make the colors lighter is just by adding a little more water to your brush. Alright. So, going back over on the edge with a little more green. Bringing it up to the center. Fantastic. Right here. Adding a little more color. Now, I'm going to keep blending until it kind of like fades away, or it becomes really light. Okay, so you can see how it went from dark kind of to just a super duper light green. Now on the top half up here, I'm going to actually add blue. Okay, so right up here on this other half, I'm going to add blue, and I'm going to make the green blend into the blue. Welcome. Thank you for joining me today. We're making some Zen Gems. Alright. I went back in the green because I just wanted this edge to be a little more darker. Alright. Again, please take this opportunity to comment below if you have any favorite jewels or gems. I know my favorite is emerald or any other types, so please let me know. I know someone earlier said turquoise, which is always super duper pretty. Alright. Fantastic. Now I'm going to take my blue. Again, more water that you add to the brush, the lighter it should be. Less water that you add to the brush, the darker it should be. So I didn't add too much water to my brush right here because I wanted that dark blue line. Now I'm going to take a wet watercolor brush and actually bring that down. So you can see that it's already trying to blend. Alright. Hello, thank you for joining me today. Happy Thursday, everyone. Alright, so again, add a little water to your brush to bring that watercolor down. Alright, I want a little more blue. So I didn't dip my brush in the water this time, and you can definitely see the different change of it. So right here is where you used a lot of water, and right here is when I just dipped the brush in directly into the color. Alright, so I have my two base colors down, that green and that blue. So I'm going to take a second watercolor brush, and I'm actually going to dip this in the water, and we'll go back over this and actually blend this center out. So I'm taking a separate watercolor brush, getting it wet, and it does not have color on it at all, it's just have water. Again, I'm just going to go over color I already have and blend it out so it'll look a little more cleaner. Alright, blending right now. Yes. Also, if you're not working on the project right here, you're welcome to accept the art challenge, which is draw something that makes you happy. Alright, so again, I laid down my green color at the bottom, and then I added some blue at the top, and I'm taking a separate watercolor brush that just had water on it, and I'm blending these two colors together. Alright. And you do not have to do the separate watercolor brush, but I really like it because it helps kind of break up that choppy strokes. Alright. Okay. So looking at my gem, you can see that at the bottom is green, in the middle is kind of a lightish bluish green, and then towards the top it goes straight to blue. Now I'm going to go in to add a little more depth to this gem. Okay. And the way I'm going to add depth to this gem is I'm actually going to take a darker color, and this darker color that I'm choosing is purple. So I'm going to take the purple, and I'm actually going to go around the edge of the circle. Okay, so I'm gonna go around the edge of the circle with purple. You don't have to use color. You don't have to use purple, but again, you just need like a darker color. You're always welcome to use black. But again, I just wanted to stick more with the cool colors, which are blue, green, and purple. Okay, so I'm taking my paintbrush, dipped it in purple, and I'm going to take this opportunity to go around my edge. I hope everyone's having a great day again. Thank you for joining me. Welcome. I see that we have some people that may be from Southern Iowa. Wow, thank you so much for joining me today. Alright, so again, I know you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm going and adding purple around the edge. Wow. I noticed like through this time of staying inside and reflecting on things that you're grateful for, you can take this opportunity too to share with us, what do you feel grateful for this week? Alright. Alrighty everyone, so we may have an opportunity to learn a artist's mistake. So again, how I said about those watercolors, if you have too much water in your brush, Again, it makes it lighter, but it's also, if it makes connection with another piece of project that is wet, it'll actually start spreading out. So when wet on wet make contact, it kind of makes a cloudy effect. So helpful tip. This will actually help with your blending. But later on when we start adding details, if you do not want that cloudy effect, it'll be best for you to wait before you go back over it. Because again, you don't want them to cloud out. But this works out perfectly, because now I'm just going on the edge and I'm actually blending those out right now. Okay. Blending it out. You're also welcome to, like, if you want to add like little details to your gem, you're always welcome to tap the side of your brush, and it'll create more of like a splatter effect too, to create those like imperfect gems. Alright, so again, currently I'm going over the edge with my purple, and I added some splatters. Okay. Again, I hope everyone's having an awesome day, hanging in there. Okay. I have applied my color. Now I am going back with my wet watercolor brush to make sure that those edges doesn't look as jagged. Alright, please let me know down at the bottom what part of the project that you may be on. Maybe you're folding your paper, maybe you're grabbing your scissors, maybe you're actually got to the color part, or maybe you're even working on Zentangles. Please let me know below what step you may be on right now. Okay, so I just took a moment to take a wet watercolor brush that didn't have no color on it, and went back and blend those colors. Alright. So as this is setting on the side drawing, I'm going to actually hop in and talk about the next step. So when you have finished painting your center, you're going to start with your black marker or black pen, and you're going to go around the edges and start making different type of patterns or designs. You can keep it in a frame, or you can make it look like a ring or so forth. But again, you're going to take this moment as your project's drying, and you can hop right into adding those black and white details. So again, it can be very simple and or very detailed. So right now, I'm going to take my gem and I'm going to start adding some Zentangles around the edge. You can see I already started and it kind of looks like petals, but you're welcome to use stripes, dots, zigzags, or anything that you can come up with. Alright, so again, first step, drawing a circle. Second step, you're welcome to start adding those Zentangle designs around it, or you can save it for later. Then you're going to begin painting the center of your gem, from going from dark to light, or light to dark. And then last but not least, just have a little fun with it. Alright, so currently I'm waiting for my gem to dry, but I will be going back and adding Zentangles to those. But some ideas if you're struggling with different type of lines. Again, you can do polka dots. You can do organic lines. For example, I'm kind of making this kind of look like rays coming off. You can do curly cubes. You can do swirlies. You can even do blobs, as long as it's repeating in some type of shape, form, or matter. Alright, so again, I'm just experimenting with Zentangle patterns right now, waiting for my gem to dry. And it doesn't take too long for it to dry at all. Watercolor dries pretty quickly. So I'm going to add a few more lines right here. Hopefully this is helping getting your creative juices going for your background and or for your details. Yes. Again, thank you so much for everyone that's joining me either now or at the beginning. Really appreciate the time that we're spending together during these very tough times. Alright. If you are working on a pattern in the background right now, please do feel free to comment below what design are you thinking about doing. I know some people really enjoy writing their names or your kids' names, or even just repeating one circle over and over again, just creating a scribble. So again, just experiment with those different type of lines in the background. If you decide to stop and start with Zentangle designs. But again, I'm going to hop back into my gem. So again, watercolor does not take too long for it to dry. You can slightly touch it if you need to. But what I'm actually going to do now, I'm going to take this opportunity to add details into my gem. So you have a choice. You can either start your Zentangles on the background as it's dry, or you can leave this blank, let this dry, and then you can go back and add those details of different types of cracks into your gem and or highlights. So currently I am going to not hop into my Zentangle design, but I'm actually going to start adding some details to my gem. So I had an opportunity to use cool colors, which are blue, green, and purple for my gem, and I'm actually going to pick a warm color for the cracks of the gem. Again, you do not have to put these details if you don't want to, but if you want a little pizzazz, please go for it. Alright? So I'm again using my watercolor for this design. I am just using basic watercolor. This is optional. If you will like that little bitty highlight you can see right here, like the white right here, you're welcome to use a gel pen, a white gel pen, white color pencil, whatever you may be using, and or I had a tube of white paint. It was somewhere, but you're welcome to use that as well. Oh, here you go. So what I'm doing right now with my gem, I am taking a little bit of red, which is more of a which is a warm color, and I am not dipping my brush completely into. Oh, thank you. Yeah, they're pretty nifty to make. So I hope everyone's having fun creating their own gems at home. All right, so. I dipped my watercolor brush into the water, but not to get it completely soaked. You just need a little damp so the color will come off. Alright, so again, the little water that you add, the darker color would be. So I picked red, and I'm actually going to start adding more of a crackle effect, or like a crackle effect or a cracked effect to my gem now. And it can be, again, very random. Kind of make it, a good idea is kind of make it kind of look veiny. If you're like, I don't know how to make it like look crackle, a veiny effect is always nice. And remember, be very gentle as you're going. So kind of like those wiggly lines, looking kind of like lightning. Alright, and I am going to take this opportunity to kind of do it like this effect right here. I'm going to cover my whole gem with the cracked / veiny effect. Welcome. Alright, I hope everyone's having a marvelous day. And please, oh please, do not forget to send us your projects. We'll really love to see what you've been working on or how did they turn out. I know I love watching it. Alright, so again, I'm taking my red and creating a cracking effect. Alright, please take this moment below to let me know how your day is going. Like, do you have a high? Yes. So again, going back, adding those red effects, red crackle lines. Alright, again, I apologize if you cannot see, but I'm just adding lines. And this step is completely optional. You do not have to do this. I wanted to because I thought it looked pretty cool. Thank you for my strong 11 out there. Alright. Okay. So again, added these little details right here. Ooh. Ah. And I'm going to go with my white paint. Go with my white paint, and I'm going to add some little white details or highlights to my gem. Fun fact about where to place your highlights. Something that was pretty helpful for me is just thinking about light source of where it may be coming down at. So if you look at my face right here, you can see that the light source is coming right here. So your highlights would be more where you want your light source hitting. Okay. You're welcome to use something else if you're using white paint. You don't have to use your same watercolor paintbrushes. I usually don't. Oh, but I did find one. Alright, so never want to mess up your paintbrushes using not the right mediums, but is always welcome. Alright, so I'm adding white to my gem right here, adding some highlights right here. Again, think of a light source and where you would like those highlights to be. Okay. So I'm adding white right now to one side of my gem. Ooh, making it pop. And again, the white highlight is always completely optional. If you're pretty satisfied with your gem, you're welcome to hop right into your Zentangle. Yeah, and experiment with those lines in the background, definitely. Alright. So, yeah. Adding those white details. Hope everyone's having an awesome Thursday. Alrighty. Please, again, below, let me know any steps you may be on. For example, if you're just tuning in, drinking your cup of coffee, drawing your gem, or adding Zentangles. Please let me know where you may be on right now. Alright. So again, just adding those white details. My white paint was kind of dried out, so helpful hint, I just added a little bit of water, and it's good as new. Alrighty. Alright, so added those little white details right here. Now I'm going to add my Zentangle frame. And you're welcome to use a black pen or Sharpie, but let's say that you're like, I want to work more with color. If you decide that you want to do your Zentangles in color as well, you're welcome to do that too. Alright, so again, I'm probably going to do the same similar effect that I had done with this one. I'm going to start off with kind of like dots on the edge, and then just go into different type organic lines around it until I created some type of pattern. Alright, so currently taking my Sharpie, tracing the edge of my jewel. Alright, still just tracing the edge, adding those different type of effects to it, different type of patterns. And again, your pattern can be as simple and or complicated as you want it to be. So I'm just going to give it a little razzle dazzle to it, so it's not going to be too complicated. Yes. I hope everyone's having fun at home or trying to find things to do. Please stay safe. Alright. So again, I painted my gem, added details to it, kind of like a crackle effect, added a little bit of highlight, and now I'm going around and adding my Zentangle design. Again, for the people that may be joining me later or right now, a question that I asked earlier was, what is your favorite gem or jewel or stone or crystal? Please feel like you can comment below and let us know what type of gems or jewels that you like. Alright, so again, still just adding that Zentangle pattern. on the edge of my jewel, starting off. Feel free to switch between tips. If you want fine or like a bowl line, don't be afraid to like switch up the tips of your markers or different type of tools that you're using. Again, it doesn't have to be one type of standard line. Have fun with it. So I'm just doing the standard. I'm taking my fine tip marker and I'm just going on the outline of it. And then after I go on the outline, I'm probably going to add some dots in the background. Just having fun with my design. Wow, I saw in the comments below that something about snow. If it, please take this moment to let me know, did it snow somewhere at your home at all? Because I know out here, in Des Moines, where I live, it snowed. And it was actually very interesting. Because I was like, I thought it was supposed to be spring. So, who else was wondering what's going on with Mother Nature? Alright, so I finished my fine line around my bowl circles. Now I'm going back with my bowl marker, adding more designs. It's something about color versus black and white that's always just very fascinating to see. Alright, so again, I'm just adding polka dots around my gem, and you're welcome to add whichever type of pattern design you want to as well. Thank you so much for commenting your favorite gem. I know that it may be hard not having art supplies, but thank you for participating anyway. Alright, so I had opportunity to go around with my fine line, add some polka dots. Now I'm going to go again in the background, and I'm just going to add some wiggly lines. Again, Zentangles is just lines that repeat to create a pattern. So there's no wrong way to do this part. Yes, please, in the comments below or on our Art Force page, please don't be afraid to share what you worked on today. We'll be very open, and it'll be awesome for us to see how did your project turn out. So again, just adding some freeform lines in the background. So, I noticed that in the beginning of the video, I have asked you to cut your paper into 4 sections or so. So you're probably wondering, I have this small section right here, and I have 4 of the sections that I just have available. You're welcome to repeat the steps and create more as well. So again, you'll start off with a circle in the middle. You'll start off with your lightest color at the bottom, and then you'll work up to your darkest color. So it could be from light to dark or dark to light. Wait for your colors to dry, or you can just hop right into your details, and you can create your Zentangle designs around your gem. So you're welcome to create another one if you have already finished your first one. And please feel free to experiment with different type of colors combos. So I know I use cool colors, and I know I advise using warm colors, but maybe you can see how would it look mixing blue to red, or mixing yellow to green, yellow to blue. These are all cool combos that you can experiment with. And don't be afraid to experiment with different types of shapes too, because a lot of crystals or gems or stones or so forth don't always come very perfect. So please feel free to experiment with more organic shapes this time on your second piece of paper. So far, this is what my Zentangle background is turning out like right here. Just adding those lines. Yes. So again, I am adding different type of lines in the background, and you are welcome to start on another Zen gem if you have some time left over, then you are again welcome to continue the one that you have been working on before. But at the end, you should have some type of lovely piece of artwork. So this is an opportunity for you to make a mini collection if you want different type of Zen gems. But if you have so many different type of designs after you finish your project or so forth, so for example, you have your 4 pieces and you completed all 4 of them, a good idea that you can actually do, you can turn these into thank you cards. So if you want to turn these into thank you cards and give them to the essential workers out here in the field that are providing resources for us that are sadly trapped at home, you can always show your appreciation that way. So you can take your original piece of artwork, write a lovely message for the person at your local stores, and or your parents that may be working at home, and just show them that you appreciate them. So you're welcome to have these mini pieces of artwork as your collection, or you can even turn them into thank you cards. But either way it goes, show some type of gratefulness to whoever you like to see. Alright, so I know this one right here, I worked pretty hard on it. I have a gem in the middle, I have my design, and I'm actually going to turn this one right here into a thank you card. So the way you can do so, you may see that there is black Sharpie in the back. You can actually take a colored piece of construction paper. You can take your project right here, glue it to the back of that colored piece of construction paper, and you can write your thank you on the back of that, so it have a nice clean colored border, or you can either just write it directly on the back. But a lot of people really like to probably have some type of background for that. Okay, so you'll take your construction paper, glue it to the back right here. You'll see my number 4s right here, so it's clean slate, and you can write a message for whoever you like to talk to. Okay. So I'm going to actually go back and finish this one, and I can show you on the back of this different type of letters that you may want to use, from bold to cursive to who knows. But either way it go, whenever you finish, maybe you can pick a gem to give this card to. So I finished my first card. I kind of ran out of space, so I am actually picking up my third card that I did earlier, since I have 4 pieces of paper. And I'm just going back and adding those entangles. This one doesn't have too many designs on it, but that's perfectly fine with me. I hope everyone's having a good time. Again, thank you so much for tuning in with me today. I really appreciate it. Yes. So just adding those designs right here. So I'm not doing too much right now. Again, I'm just adding details. Please let me know below if you like a recap of some of the steps, and or are you interested in knowing about different types of entangles. Please let me know that you're out there. So again, currently I'm just drawing different type of patterns. And fun fact about your gem right here, if you didn't add any details, that's perfectly fine. And if you did add details, you're still welcome to go back over your colors. So for example, if you look at this one right here, you can kind of see that's pretty dull. You're always welcome to go back over your colors as well with the colors that you're using to make them pop a little bit more. So that's always a that's always a step that you can take. Layers are always nice. Please let me know how detailed did you get into this project as well. Did you add a lot of details? Did you keep it pretty simple? So again, I'm just still adding patterns. I hope everyone's having a wonderful, wonderful Thursday. Thank you for the people who are hanging here with me and creating this morning. Alright. So again, adding those designs. Fun fact, if you want to, you're always welcome to paint in those little details with watercolor or color them in solid. I know that a lot of my work in the background just looks like a bunch of simple lines, but you're always welcome to color those solid too. if you had a chance to do the art challenge today, please let me know what makes you happy. Like, what did you end up drawing? I know that I have a plant named Steve, and now Steve have a friend. So it's another succulent here. So everybody say congratulations to Gloria being a part of the family. So yeah, that would be something I'll draw. So let me know what's something that made you happy today, or just in general. Alright, still drawing those Zentangle backgrounds. Again, it can be complicated, not complicated, it can be very detailed or very simple. So the more you go into the lines with the Zentangles, it may become more complicated on what you like, but it's always so fun. Alright friends, we're entering our last 10 minutes of the sesh. I hope everyone again is having a awesome Thursday, and don't be afraid to share with us your piece of artwork that you created today. I will love to see. Okay. Again, still working on the background. You can see they're taking some twists and some turns. So you're welcome to just do the edge of it, or you're welcome to do the whole background. So a little recap about today. We end up working on Zen Gems, or Zentangle jewels. We had an opportunity to work with blending colors, different art techniques. We had an opportunity to also explore different types of line and pattern. And last but not least, we had fun. Well, at least I had fun. So I hope everyone else had fun out there too. Something that I definitely mentioned earlier, you had an opportunity to cut your paper into 4 pieces. You're welcome to have a series of artworks, or you can make cards to hand out to the essential workers out here in the field. So I know for a fact that people will really appreciate getting a thank you card for working so hard during these tough times. Again, I'm currently just still drawing lines in the background. You're welcome to do a second layer of watercolor on your gem, add details to your gem, even add mixed medium to it if you want to do something like that as well, like add a magazine clippings or fabric. So that's always welcome as well, to put your own different type of twist on it. But as long as you're having fun, I really appreciate it. Yes. So, still adding those entangles. Those black and white designs. Yes. So again, everyone, I really hope that you had a fun time working with me and creating these lovely designs right here. So again, you'll like to either keep them as a series, or you can make them as a thank you card. And what I would like to say from me to you is thank you. I know it's backwards, but thank you so much for being here with me, and also to just participating and staying safe. I really appreciate it. I hope y'all have an awesome day. And please, oh please, share the designs that you made today. What did you work on? Really appreciate it. And on this note, thank you for participating with me for the Zen Gems, and thank you for being an awesome person. Y'all have a great day. Happy Thursday, everyone. Bye!